Hello, 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 and welcome. Today's topic is about incest. Um, a lot of us know that, a lot of us know about the incest taken out on the surface, the flesh, okay? But none of us know about the incest that is taking place on the spiritual side, the spirit that has entered into uh, punctured several wounds in our body and entered in there and covered it with smoke, okay, to where it clouds up the spirit. Nobody knows about the incest, the spiritual incest. We all know about incest taken out on our lives, um, and then some of us never return from it because we think that's how life is supposed to go. Oh, I'm on live and you doing all that smack. Nobody knows about the the incest taken out on the flesh. Okay, so we'll get right on into this topic. You are on my channel, and we have some breaking good news over here. Breaking good news that will soothe the soul and also the spirit and remove you and make you free, have freedom from the night. And this is in the tales of the supernatural in that way, okay? Because that's the only way that I know how to give it is in the way of the supernatural. But we're going to keep it as real as I possibly can, okay? As I possibly can, of course, in the way that I give it to you. Um, and this is your host, Shantae Washington, and the segments are Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural, which will free your whole being from the night in a supernatural way. Also, this channel is called The Power of God. Um, so hey, stay tuned after this. Okay, so hello and welcome. Um, let's get right on into this because it is really necessary that we get this in because a lot of us don't understand that when you have a dream, you normally have dreams before a thing take place, not while it's taking place. It's normally before something happens, okay? And then it happens, okay? So that's known as the happening, and that's around us. And normally, when something is occurring, that is something that you are stepping into. You're stepping in that amount of dirt, and it's occurring in your life. Like you're living it. It's occurring consistently over and over and over again in your life. And it's occurring because of it's occurring because of the happenings around you. So you have to know what is around you. Okay, so that's um that's I'm bringing you the topic of incest. Okay, we know that is incest is when on surface incest is like when your family member comes and basically um rape you. Okay, we're going to keep that real. when your family member comes and rapes you, okay, and robs you of of your wisdom. Okay, so when that family member that you know comes and rapes you, that family member is robbing you of your wisdom. Okay, meaning that your wisdom is being depleted. You no longer are walking in wisdom. You are now being covered with the amount of whispers from their generation, and now it's with you, and now it awaits for you to have children so that you can whisper all of that stuff to your generation. Okay, but in return, you can stop it. Do you understand? Like, you can stop it. It doesn't have to keep going on from generations to generations. It can be stopped. It does not have to keep going. I'm telling you, it doesn't. Okay? Learn correct wisdom, because the wisdom that people think they have ain't nothing but whispers, and they know it all. The people who deal with the whispers, known as what they say, um, worldly wisdom, that's whispers. It's not the word wisdom. It's not wisdom at all. That is whispers. And with those whispers, they know it all before you even know it. So the parents of their household can't really tell them nothing because they already been programmed against their parents. You understand what I'm saying? And depending on the child, each child is different. Okay, each child is different. Some may hold it in, some may let it out, depending on the child and what they do with that sort of information, the whisper, the know-it-all. Okay, because that causes them to know it all. They know it all because the whispers, they don't stop. Whispers don't stop. They keep going to feed these people. Okay, and they keep going to feed our children. And every day our children go through this. They get put this stuff in, like I said, in a dream tells you about what's about to happen before it even happens, and then it happens. So if you waking up to a dream, something is gathering up your thoughts, and then you are about to go and splat that out. Believe me. Believe Jesus, okay? This stuff is going to build up, and you're going to go and give that to that whoever it is that you're going to give that to. You're going to give that to that person, and not in the right way, and just give it to them. Okay, so you got to understand your dreams. We're not dreaming for nothing. You seeing all kind of monsters and all that different stuff in your dreams, that's conjuring up whispers. Okay, that's aggravating you, making you build up all this know-it-all mentality, and then giving it off on your mom. The person who closest to you would most likely be your mother. Okay, and then your mother, let's just say your mother is a righteous mother, not your mother is a bitter mother. Okay, that's not saying that your mother is a bitter mother, but your mother is a righteous mother, and your mother wants the relationship with you. And and you every single day you come with all of that, whatever it is that you had in that dream, and you wondering what is it, you know what I'm saying, what's wrong with your mother. But the response is because that child is bringing all of that incest to the mother, and the mother has incest too. So the mother is going to respond to the incest in her, to the incest in that child, right? So the instant response will be um, a temporary a temporary response, okay? And that's not to be looked at like she's like every other mother, because sometimes some things they happen, and it's all because what's behind scenes are inviting themselves in through, and I'm telling you, they coming in through what it says in accordance to the Bible, the 3 and 4 generations of curse. Okay, that's what they're coming in through. Those whispers, they're trying to come in through the generational curse, known as the generational curse. They're coming in through that 3 or 4 generations. We have forgotten what this really is about, to think that, oh, it's to blame on surface wise, but it's really not, because that cousin or that brother or that sister or whoever it may be that raped you had went had undergone the generational curse, which is that generational whisperers as well. Yes, that generational of whisperers is, they have undergone it, meaning that they've had dreams. They might not remember those dreams, but they have had dreams, woke up in it and walked in it. Okay. Some people just walk in whatever it is, spirit that they're in, and they forget their dreams. So they're walking in it. And it doesn't mean that that's a good spirit. It don't mean that. Sometimes they can be walking in something and be living it, and it be a part of their being for evil, okay? An evil agenda. But incest, we do know the incest out on the surface, right? Again, it's when someone you know, a familiar spirit, someone you know, comes in, they friend you first. Once they friend you, then they invite their hate, okay? Just like a vampire does. A vampire will come up to that individual, no matter what it is, male or female. Notice that the vampire on TV, it didn't matter who he sucked blood from. He sucked blood from the woman and the man, okay? That tells you something, that something was wrong with that vampire, that you would go up not even worried about if this is a woman or a man. Something was mentally damaged by that vampire. They was in the suit of in that black suit. Notice that they all that in vampire movie. I'm thinking of one vampire movie where he came and he was a black man, Blackula. Yes, Blackula. How he came in that little suit. He had on his little suit, right? His black suit. So do know, if you having a dream about a spiritual husband, this is an interpretation for spiritual husbands, okay? So if you're having a dream about a spiritual husband, you see that spiritual husband coming in with his black suit. You understand? If he coming in with his black suit on, think about Blackula. Everything has something to do with everything. which is why some people have to write down their dreams, because it's going to take you back to something. It's going to take you back to something. Even little monsters in your dreams, even if the dream you don't understand, it's going to take you back to something in your childhood. It's going to take you back to a cartoon and how that whole story went with those cartoon characters, and they not being cartoon characters, but they being little monster looking things. And let's just say different. They got a bunch of eyes, and that should take you to that too. You know, it's a movie with the little monster with a bunch of eyes and stuff, and then if you see something with a bunch of lips and a bunch of arms, it should take you to something. Remember what it is. Just remember what it is. See, that's why all of this other certain things we don't even have to remember, but there are some things that you need to keep with you so that you can bring it back to that, and you'll know, I know what that was all about. You know what I'm saying? It's the moment versus the whoa, because you can't do nothing with the whoa. All you got to do is endure the curse. That's basically what you have to do. When you're dealing with the woe, you have to endure the curse, because you don't even know what to relate nothing with, and you just in a moment of it. Okay? But again, if that person is in a black suit, that's number one, that's a spiritual husband. And that means that in that means that human body which come into you as a spirit, that means that human body out on the flesh is actually someone you know. It's a familiar spirit, somebody that you dealt with in your past that does not want you to either move on, but they know that they dealing with issues. They know that they're dealing in issues, and they want you to deal with them no matter what the issues are. Okay? They want to do that to you. They want you to deal with them no matter the issues. And it carries down from 3 to 4. You understand? Remember that number. 3 to 4. Got me? In 3 to 4. So always know that if you allow even one person in your life, always remember this 3 to 4, because it comes in 3 to 4. Okay, 3 to 4. This is the generational curse. It comes in 3 to 4. Got me? Remember that number, 3 to 4. So it comes in 3 to 4. So that means that if you invite a familiar spirit into your being, the first time you invite them, like let's just say you starting to feel yourself like you know it all. You getting in a position like you just know everything. So that means now you feel like you're grown. When in return we are forever learning, and I always been said that we are forever learning and we are forever growing. But let's just say that you are in your I'm grown mentality. So that means you know it all. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You ain't trying to hear all of that, and everything is good with you. So now that vampire comes in with all that your knowing is, meaning you got this from his ancestors. Okay, you got this from y'all are all connected right now. Y'all are basically connected. And he comes into your space like this. That's incest. Okay. That is incest, spiritual incest. And that person comes into your space. That's a familiar spirit. That's incest. That person know who you are. They know you. They've dealt with you before. The know-it-all mentality allows that man, to that certain particular man that has all this stuff about them, to come into your space and deal with you because they know you. They dealt with you in the past. P-A-S-T. Okay? They dealt with you in the past. So they know you because of the whispers. They know you. And you know it all. You can't learn no more because pride has been built up inside of you. And then after you invite them in, they come into your space because they know you. Now that they know you, now they're going to put the charm on you or friend you, or simply just grab it. Okay? Because some don't care. They will just simply grab it and take the blood from you regardless of the matter. They don't care nothing about you. But for the ones that just come in and try to friend you, meaning that they just like that, that's just their spirit, but they come for evil in the end. They friend you, and then next thing you know, as I stated before, the vampire wants to take your blood. So he friends you, he comes in, and all of a sudden he bites you. He takes a bite out of your flesh. In that vein, in that one vein that's connected, that connects the head to the body. Is this what I'm hearing? That one vein that connects the head to the body. That's what he's wanting, that connection. He wants that connection, that know-it-all, all that you know. He wants that blood, okay? All that you know, he wants that blood. So he don't care if it's poisonous in your body, you know. He don't care. He don't care. Long as you don't carry already a sickness, a death, or a disease, because you already dead. So he ain't wanting that. He wanting a well know-it-all person who's fresh, who's a virgin. And it don't mean that you got to be a virgin per se in the bodysuit, but you're a virgin to this whole thing about God. You're a virgin to that. All you got to do is be in a virgin position. Let's just say that. The positioning of a virgin. 3 to 4 generations. So you let that one person come into that one person is that familiar spirit, that man who is a vampire, but he don't got his veins down, but he is a vampire, and he in his nice little suited black suit. Okay, he got his nice suited black suit on, and he's coming as your spiritual husband, and he's ready to incest into your pureness, into your cleanness, into the parts that need to get this into it. Okay, he wants to put that into the parts that need it. That's it. That virginity that you have, according to the Bible, virginity, not the virginity of the body. Not to say that you don't supposed to keep your virginity in the body, because you are. But I'm talking about the virginity that's in the spirit, like your cleanness. What makes up a virgin is getting rid of demonic spirits. Okay, getting rid of demonic spirits, creating miracles. Okay, casting out, driving down and casting out. Okay, That's creating a virgin. Not that you don't have sex and all that different stuff, okay? Not, it has nothing to do with with sex. Because if you're a virgin on top of your virgin spirit, that's even better. If you are a virgin on a physical on top of your spiritual virginity, that's even better. But you got to be presenting yourself not as a know-it-all. You can't be in the know-it-all, okay? Because it's about being in the unknown. If you are in the know-it-all, you are in the wrong. And this is discernment. Do you understand? I'm speaking discernment right now. It's a difference in being in the know-it-all and being in the unknown. You understand? It's a difference. And those two are opposite of each other, but they work the same. Okay? They work the same, but they in opposite of each other. The know-it-all and the unknown. All right. So you want to be in operation of the unknown, not in the operation of the know-it-all. Because the more you know it all, that familiar spirit begins to know you, and it thinks that it knows you, and it does not. And you thinking that you're really doing something, and you are not. You are not. You are inviting incest into your life. 3 and 4, okay? 3 and 4 of it, of that generational curse, and not the blessing. And it's done through hate, because a child goes through that when they go and get invited into other people's space that they don't supposed to be in. But we, through pity of others and what they forms of their body suit is, we get so in pity of people that we just send our children out into amongst wolves. We don't know any better, but that doesn't define an excuse for you or for me or for anybody that does it. It's no excuse as in sending your child out into the wolves. You can speak up. You can talk up. You can do what you do. D-O, do. Future in it. Okay? Because we shouldn't just send our children off to someone knowing that they are not really caring about the children of our future. Like, this is the children of our future. We gotta do better for our children. We gotta do better for the children in our adults. We gotta do better for the children in our elderly. Children resides in everybody. It's just not a child little, the little bitty child or the baby. A child is in every section of life. Every section of life. Okay? A child is in every section of life. And we got to make sure that don't nothing create the perversion in our children. We got to make sure that perversion doesn't be created in our children. Even the fathers have the most important part to make sure that perversion doesn't hit our children. Okay? Even the father of that child has that same ability, that same good through Christ agenda, Jesus Christ agenda, to make sure that your child doesn't incorporate the incest. Is what I heard. Okay. Doesn't incorporate the incest. Okay. 3 to 4. 3 to 4. All it takes is 3 to 4. Known as 3 to 4 generational cursing, but the blessing of that is the 3 to 4 cord. You do know about the 3 to 4 cord, right? Yeah, that's a blessing. The 3 to 4 generations, it passing on from thing to thing to history through history. We do incest every day through history, recreating history. The avenue to generational curse 3 to 4, although it looks good, but good is not good alone. Okay, do recognize this. Good is not good alone. The agenda that's being pushed. Okay, we see the agenda surrounding the world, but the deeper, and I don't gotta go deep. I ain't gotta be deep to say this. I'm just saying the word deep. Okay, the deeper meaning the root cause. The root cause of the agenda that's being pushed spiritually is the 3 to 4. 3 to 4. They trying to remove the 3 to 4 cord, and they trying to put in the 3 to 4 generational curse. Okay, they trying to put in the 3 to 4 generational curse and remove the 3 to 4 cord. So everything has a discernment, and that's discernment. I'm trying to give you the discernment of a thing, because when you see something and you familiarize yourself with it, and not according to evil, but good, and not trying to be good, because the Father says he don't care if you are good or evil. He don't care about that. But the actual good of Christ is something totally different. See what I'm saying? That's discernment. And then the discernment of the 3 to 4 cord versus the 3 to 4 generational curse. The 3 to 4 cord is 3 to 4 people together. That's how different it is. It ain't spaced out where somebody going along and then they go and deal in evil with the next person, and then that person goes along by themselves and they go and do that, the second generation, and then that person go, and then that person tears out with whispers all over the place, and now they are in their evil and the amount of hate, and now they spread it to the next generation, and now boom, we ain't talking about the spread. That's generational curse. But we talking about the 3 to 4 cord, which is these 3 to 4 people are together. They together. And they work together in this time. They don't pass nothing on like that. They together right now for this generation now. That's the blessing, the 3 to 4 cord, because they together now. They in operation. They pray together. They slay together. They praise together. They is doing what they need to do in this generation. They ain't spreading out the generation to make it a curse and spreading that hate. They in the 3 to 4 cord. It don't even matter if it happens with that one person in that generation. If they just stay there in that generational that 3 to 4 cord, I'm telling you, it's still a pass on to the next generation, and then the next generation, and then the next generation, and 3 to 4 cord. That's incest of the spirit. Okay, that's incest of the spirit. I'm not going to say that incest can't be done in the right way. But evil people have done incest in such a way that it is so evil. It's evil. Okay. But it's not known as incest when you're doing a 3-4 chord. Okay. It's not known as incest when you're doing a 3-4 chord, but we'll just say incest. Okay. Because number one, you are dealing with family, but you ain't dealing with them in an evil, perverted way when you're doing a 3-4 chord. You ain't dealing with them in the perversion of it. You're not perverting them to 3-4 on 3-4. You're not perverting them for 3-4. You're not doing that. You're blessing them from 3-4. You're blessing them. So you making sure they have righteousness and they dealing in meekness. You on your do game. D-O game. Okay. You on your do game. Because again, do is futuring it. Futuring, like the future. You already futuring it every single day, every single moment. You know the 3-4 chord, according to the Bible. The 3-4 chord, that's the blessing. But the 3-4 generational curse, that's the curse. The 3-4 generational curse, that's the curse. Discernment. Discern it, honey. Discern this so that you can know what's coming at you every single day. And then you won't be surprised and you'll calm down. You'll be at peace. And not the peace that people think is peace, because that's not peace. Peace, you're gonna have to undergo some targeted situations. Okay. So men, I can be your peace, but do know I'm speaking up when it's time. That's peace as well, because God came to give the peace known as the two-edged of the sword. God came to give the peace known as the two-edged of the sword. So be ready. Be ready, because if the spirit is not right, your helpmate, the spirit, will come no matter the conflict within you and speak on it. Okay? You got what I'm saying? And then she knows when to, I mean, come on now. She should also know to be quiet when she needs to be quiet, to learn when she needs to learn, and to do what she needs to do, futuring it. Because we don't got time for misbehave. Do you understand? We don't have time for misbehave. Misbehaving becomes a habit, and we can't be having that 3-4. We can't be having that in the 3-4. So do know that the 3-4 generational curse will get the 3-4 chord in an instant. It will get the 3-4 chord put out on its life. So please don't play with the discernment of this. And then do prayer. You can use this as a prayer point too, is what I'm saying. Okay? You can use this as a prayer point, is what I'm saying. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. 3-4 generationals of curses. Okay, that's how I'm gonna say that. 3-4 generationals, 3-4 generationals include people. And these evil spirits that they carry on the flesh, which means we're not flesh. We're actually having a spiritual experience. We're not having a flesh experience. We are having a spiritual experience. Because why is it that all these spirits want us? Why is all these spirits keep coming to attack us every day? Why they keep coming in our dreams, whispering in our ears, trying to get us puffed up that day before anything? They befall upon us every single day. Why? Because we're not having a human experience. We're having a spiritual experience. You understand? That's what we're having. We're having a spiritual experience. So get out of your human pride talking about we having a human experience. No, we're not. We're having a spiritual experience. Because when we get in this, when God put the skin over us, once he put the skin over us and we go through the tunnel of our mother's womb, we supposed to come out that tunnel alive. Understand? At the end of that tunnel, when we come out that tunnel, we supposed to come out that tunnel alive. We are known as the prophets. So therefore, many are called. Then that comes into play when you come to see that person. It's like many are called, but few are chosen. You understand? It's many prophets coming through that tunnel of your mother's womb. Okay, the tunnel of your mother's womb. And sometimes some people got to be rebirthed and go right back into the tunnel as a grown adult. Do you understand that dream? I'm giving you dream interpretation. That the tunnel is through your mother's womb when you first came out as a child, even from birth. But sometimes some people, they forget and wish they came from. So they got to be rebirthed again in the tunnel. Even older that they get, they got to be rebirthed. Now, I'm not saying this stuff because I don't know it. God gave me this stuff even as a child and told me not to forget this. I was wondering why the Father wanted me not to forget even what he showed me as a child, and don't allow and he kept me safe from gathering up all that hurt and pain from others. And I made it through passing. PASSing. I never knew. But this is just stuff that I've been through, and I know in the unknown. I don't know it all, but it's there. It's there for all children to remember. At any age, you can start that. I always just write it out and stuff, but I'm starting to conquer this whole facing the camera stuff and being able to talk, okay, in front of the camera. I'm always writing stuff. I can write stuff like crazy and make it look good all day. I can just write all kinds of stuff, and people be like, "Did you write that? That don't seem like you." Yeah, I write. I can write. But I'm now learning how to present myself on the camera now, and do the same thing as I do on camera, like I do on paper. And then sometimes I get tired of writing now. Since I'm doing one thing, it's like I can't really do the other. Like I get tired. It's like you learn. It's like, multitasking. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's not my specialty. But you got to be able to make it through. And you can always have other people do other stuff for you, because I can only focus on what I'm doing here. Writing becomes tiresome now to me sometimes. Sometimes I don't even be writing as much as I used to, because I'm trying to do this. And then when I be writing so much, I don't even want to come on camera. because I'm writing too much. I'm like, either or, either or. What you gonna do, Shantae? What you gonna do? Yeah, it's funny. But yes, it's just that you really gotta understand that I'm giving you discernment. I'm giving you the interpretation of dreams. I'm letting you know what is going on. You just got to go through some of my videos and just get the interpretation and go to somebody who's also explaining at a higher level than what I'm doing about interpretation of dreams. I'm just walking you through the interpretations of it and what they are related to through discernment, okay, and so on and so forth, okay. But I give you the basics, just to say that I give to you the basics and I walk you through it. I'm giving you the basics of what's going on here and that let you know that these Bible verses ain't no joke, okay. And that's all I read is the Bible. And them Bible verses ain't no joke. Ever since I found my home, I've just been reading the Bible and reading it and reading it. And it's just been the light of my life. Okay. It's been the light of my life. And it's been answering so many things in my life as to why the Father said, hey, I want you to remember this, Shantae, even as a child. Because again, as I stated, we're going to get back to that. Coming through your mother's womb, that was the tunnel. Okay, that was the tunnel that you came through. You came through that tunnel when you first was born. Then after you came out, God put his spirit in you. Now that's what I was trying to leave off at, that we're not having a human experience. We're having a spiritual experience. It may seem like a human experience, but the human runs deep. Yes, the Father told me that that human flesh runs deep. The flesh runs deep, but we're not having a flesh experience. We're having a spiritual experience. And a lot of people, if you would understand what we're really having, you'll be able to break through to the spiritual realm and you'll be able to see every day. You'll be able to see every day. And you won't be up there seeing some of them preachers talking about somehow, oh, you don't see this every day. It's just this, that, that. No, that's what you don't. You don't. Okay. You can't put that for everybody else. All right. You can't do that. You're just speaking for you, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong. That's just what they speaking for themselves. So that's all they know until they familiarize with growing and consistently growing. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that I'm taking from them or adding to them. I'm just telling you what I go through. I go through experiencing and seeing things into the spiritual realm every single day in every single moment that it is given to me throughout the day. Okay, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. That's number one. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, so we have to experience this every single day. We go in through it every single day. And it's not a human experience, it is a spiritual experience. Because when you come out your mother's womb, that tunnel, once you come out of the tunnel of your mother's womb, okay, through visiting rites, that makes you be a prophet. That makes you be a prophet. But once you come out of that tunnel through being a prophet, many are called, but few are chosen. That's the right thing. Many are called,
from that mother's womb, but few are chosen. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Many are called, but few are chosen. Okay? Because a lot of us forget where we came from. We forget where we came from. And we just go about, we do a lot of things, and we act as though we're not spirit, and we get to acting like we're human. And so we look at our human self more, because see, where you put your words to, that's what you become. You understand? Whatever you put your words to, that's what you become. And that's what the experience becomes like. But we are not having a human experience. We are having a spiritual experience. So when we put it on, we having a human experience. Every outburst that we see coming from the clouds, every outburst that we see coming from the sun, or coming from the moon at night, or coming from the stars at the night, or coming from the clouds, or I said that, or coming from people, or coming from places, different places. We only look at the human outburst of it all. Okay. And that means you going through a human experience. Okay. Because me, I'm going through a spiritual experience every single day. Okay. In every single moment. Because we going through a spiritual experience because we got to bring it back to the spirit every single time. We come in trying to bring it into our human self every time, every second of the hour. We got to bring them back to spirit, because spirit is what comes once we come through the mother's tunnel, that womb, the tunnel, as a prophet. We come out as a baby. That prophet right there, that is God's prophet. And then once you come being consistent in doing good and not evil, once you become being consistent in doing good and not evil, then you walk that out. You consistently walk that out, and you make sure that you doing it every day. You be consistent in that walk, right? You're walking it out, being consistent in being known as a prophet, okay? Because God's spirit, that's God's spirit. He is the prophet. He is the prophet. That's his spirit. So we're not having a human experience. We having a spiritual experience. We having a spiritual experience with flesh on our body, and we, being that we ate of the fruit of good and evil, we see more of the flesh than we are seeing of the spirit. Okay, we see more of our flesh because we see the skin that God put us in before we were put into our mother's womb. We he blew the breath into our dry bones, and that breath covered us with all those cells that they call the cells, and breaking it down into the body. Okay, so they gave us skin, the skin cells. He broke that down and gave that to us. Boom. Like the robot, when the robot transforms on Transformers, robot transform. That's basically like what God, that's, although we're not robots, but the body, if we're gonna have a human experience, the body is a robot, okay? It does whatever the it sees on any outburst of anything, place, or person. Remember that. The human goes by the outburst of any person, place, or thing that it looks on it, and it reacts to its act, which is the false self. And we are not human. We are spirit. We're having spiritual experiences. Why do you think that every single day the 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 the, the befalling happens to us while we're asleep, and then we get these dreams, and then some of us don't remember, and we walk in that evil, and we don't even know what we walking in. But we walking in the evil, walking in that. Some of us are, and we forget that when we came out the tunnel, when we came out of the tunnel, boo, I'm still alive. So be still and all that, okay? When we came out of the tunnel, we was the prophet. We was prophet right there. That was prophet. That spiritual self came. God put his spirit into your flesh. One last top of the ice cream, okay? That was the top of the ice cream right there. He put the spirit. After you came out the tunnel, that spirit came forth towards you. Boom. As you was coming out of your mother's womb to meet up with your flesh, it knew that you was the one. It knew you was the one then and there. But then all the happenings and all the occurrings and everything got to you. And now all you think is you having a human experience. That's all you think. You think that you're having a human experience with the spirit. With you having a human experience, but the spirit is within. No, that's not true. You are having a spiritual experience with this here flesh. You having a spiritual experience because flesh wouldn't even been there if the spirit wouldn't have blew its breath into you. You understand? Flesh would the skin wouldn't even have covered your dry bones. You wouldn't even have nothing but bones. Understand me? You wouldn't have nothing but bones to you if the spirit of God would not have blew breath on your dry bones, making skin for you. That is spirit. I know, I understand, you don't understand. But you need to know that all these cells build up. It ain't because you human. That's because these are spirits. These are these are majestic. These are, dude, this is spirit. Every cell counts. Do you understand me? This is spirit. You are walking, talking, breathing. You are spirit. You are a walking, talking, breathing spirit. You are. You are a walking, talking, breathing spirit. God breathed the breath. He blew the breath in you on your dry bones. You wasn't nothing but dust. You wasn't nothing but dry bones, dust. You understand? Until God came and blew the Spirit of God all over you, all over your dry bones, making every cell that created, that accumulated together to make up and form you, your skin on the outside of your dry bones. They made you spirit. That made you spirit. You are having a spiritual experience. And incest uh is incest is in the spirit. Your flesh, this skin is all spirit. Because God, okay, you can't make him be a lie now. He blew breath forming your skin. Do you not know that's the spirit of God? That's the spirit of God. So you're not having a human experience, you're having a spiritual experience. And that spiritual experience gets so far blown out to the point where you could be stuck in darkness out on your flesh, the skin that creates your flesh. Okay? Although it's not about the flesh, it's about the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God blew breath in you, forming this skin, this flesh. So it's not about the flesh, it's about the Spirit because it's in spirit, in truth. Stop talking about inhuman in truth because it ain't inhuman in truth. It's in spirit in truth, Spirit of God. You got to say the right word in order to get discernment. You understand? You can't keep walking around there saying I'm only human because you ain't human. You are spirit walking before man. You are spirit walking around here before man and God. Man places you, the prophet man, one man, that one man places you as prophet. That one man, that's Jesus. He came, he came, he come, and he is to come. Okay, look, three places at one. That three in one place made you one. It made you one. So any usage, let's just say usage of anybody's body other than their own being, that we all are one spirit. We are children. We are all children of the Most High God, all of us. And any incest of that being done by any one of us can look like this. Okay, it can look like this: someone yelling at you, uh, putting their hands on you, manipulating you, basically deceiving you. Okay, that's incest. Spiritual incest. It's just somebody deceiving you with the snake. Like, I seen one day, I was listening to this person. I was listening to this person on YouTube. Normally, they don't hardly ever show their face. But when I was looking at them in their face, I began to see them in their face, right? And I was asking God questions as to why does he look like that? Like, why is he, when you ask questions to God, he answers, right? You better know, because he answers you. Okay. But if anything, you got to get out of your human experience and get into your spiritual experience, so you'll know that he's actually talking to you. So again, one day I was listening to this guy on YouTube, and normally he don't show his face; he just normally show his brand. And this time he was showing his face, and he was talking about a certain subject, which he always talks about. And in that subject, um, I'm like, why does he? It's something going on that I'm not understanding. Like, what's going on here that I'm not seeing? So the father showed me while I was looking at this guy. I seen a a a man figure coming towards him, walking towards him, meaning that means that he was drawing in this energy. This is the energy that he was drawing in, right? So I seen a man coming towards him, towards his video. And out from that, in my vision, I saw, as I was looking at him, I saw a beast come out first. Okay. I seen this beast coming out, and the beast was just looking around, seeing what's going on, seeing who is it that he can, devour. You know what I'm saying? Like, who can he seek for? He looking out for Satan. Okay, so the beast is looking out for Satan. The beast is Satan's Holy Spirit. Okay, so just know that. So he just looking out, trying to see who available, what flesh he can. He's smelling. He's smelling. He trying to see what flesh I can get. What I can get. What I got. He looking around. I guess he spotted me because I was listening to this guy. And then the next thing I know, I see a snake come out, a slithering snake come out behind the beast. And it was trying to sneak, but I saw it up underneath, like underneath my vision here. And it was like slithering underneath the down part of my eye, being being slick. And I said, whoa. Then I instantly turned that video off. I turned it off. And I began to pray and pray hard against that spirit, because obviously me listening to that video, and I don't listen to that person, anymore. But when you asking questions, do know God will answer. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything. It's gonna get a little spooky. That don't mean it's weird. That don't make it be strange. It's gonna get a little spooky. It's gonna get spooky, spooky, spooky. I'm sorry. And especially when you casting out spirits, it's gonna get a little spooky. We cannot disregard the spirit. We can't. By talking about it ain't about the spooky. It ain't all about the spooky. It is about the spooky. Stop placing yourself at a position and you don't know what you're speaking about. Come on now. Humble yourself so you can understand this walk. Understand this walk, because I know you're listening to me. And I know you know what I'm talking about. So get yourself together before some human experiences happen to you. Okay? Before those human experiences happen to you. And I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Nobody wants that, because that's not who we are. We are spirit. He said, many are called by spirit, but you are chosen, because they done went off in their own human body, because they have made human experiences and not understanding that this is the spirit of God. This is the spiritual experience. Okay, it's many. Again, why you think spirits keep on trying to invade? Because this is not a human experience. This is a spirit experience. Our 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 skin wouldn't be on our bones if it had not been for the spirit of God. The spirit of God. Understand? Blowing breath into our very own bones. We ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. It's his spirit. 3 in 1. So again, manipulation and incest is all of the things I just named, and then the point that I just made with the man who was speaking, and then a beast came out looking around to see who he can basically deceive. You know what I'm saying? Who can he get to? First one there was me, because I'm the one that was the human, was the was the person looking at it. So I was gathering up in flesh, and then the slithering snake came after the beast to try to bite. Because that's all Satan got. He got the beast, he got that slithering snake. Okay, that's all he got. And in the three chord, which is in us, we got the Father, the the Son, and the Holy Spirit, all in one. Okay, we got that. We got that. And the three chord works with us coming together, uniting as one, as a people for God, in the spirit, coming through that, coming out that cage alive, and nobody being able to conquer or win out on us, because we know that this is spirit. This is a spirit experience and not a human experience. Because God put his spirit out over our bones. This here is just, this is spirit. This is spirit. This flesh, this is spirit, okay? So don't put too much on it. Don't put too much emphasis on it. When in return, you're supposed to put the emphasis on the spirit. The spirit, meaning that God blew breath forming his skin. Take emphasis out on the breath that was blew by the spirit on this flesh, forming the flesh, forming us. And there are many spirits that wants to try to conquer us by coming over us, over that spirit, and forming this this other spirit over us that is evil. And we walk in it thinking that it's of God, but in reality it's not. It's evil. So incest. Back to the word incest. Incest, in other words, is what the father said when the father says that. Oh, before I go there, incest is, it's like in uses of you to make you operate out of revenge of 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 them, of people around you, whoever you're in contact with. You will be in operation of revenge out on them, putting you at a status just like them. So like when someone is coming at you and they are in incest, okay, trying to be like the vampire, the familiar spirit, the spiritual husband for you, which is really the real. This is the real, which is why some people say that these the things in the spirit, that really is a human body. Okay, that's why they keep saying that really is a human body. And it is. It's a human body because God formed the skin over our body before we came into our mother's womb. So we was already with skin before coming in the tunnel of our mother's womb. That tunnel, we was already in skin before this, because that skin is the human body right there. That human body is the skin. The skin is the spirit of God. That's the spirit of God upon us. Okay? When he blew the breath in us over our bones, that was the spirit. He put the spirit over us. That that skin we're in, the skin we're in, that is the spirit. So that human person, these are human people. These are human people in the spirit. Understand? and they have havoc out on our whole being, trying to put us in operation of revenge. Okay, so it means that whatever we speak of in the outburst of things, like through anger, frustration, anxiety, worry, complaining, murmuring, gossiping, all this different things, those are in revenge. Jealousy in the wrong way, jealousy in the wrong way, which I spoke of in a prior video. You can go and look at that. Go look at all my videos. You'll you'll begin to understand some things. But um revenge becomes out on that person's. Well, you want to go to your room for a little bit? Okay. Revenge comes out on that whole entire person. It just makes up them. It makes them up. And so then you're gonna once they put out the revenge, because that's what they're in. They're in operation of revenge, and that's all they know. So now they are coming at you with that stuff, and now you want to come back at them. That's incest. Okay, so let's just break it down, like down to that part. That's incest. Revenge, when a person is in operation of all that hate and they bringing it to you, all that hate, all that love of a man or a woman, they don't care what it is, they just want that fresh blood from that person. Okay, that innocent blood from that person. They don't care who you are, what you take the place of, as long as you got that flesh, that fresh blood that day, they want it from you. And then it's through revenge, because they done been through a whole lot of death. They in death, and they rising up from the grave, trying to trying to live, but that's done through the wrong way. They trying to live purposely through you. So they come, and like a vampire, they bite you. They don't care who you are. They don't care if you are some flying around in the house. So boy, it be flying every day. I'm gonna kill that little sucker. But anyway, it's trying to keep, every time I talk, that sucker just comes flying around. Anyway, it's just trying to disturb me, huh? Okay. You know you ain't supposed to be in here anyway. Gonna eliminate the bug. Okay. Gonna eliminate the flying, the flying flea that's in here. But yes, they in operation of revenge, and they coming at you to target you because they walking around in death. Okay, they still walking around in death. They was chosen, but they chose a different path, opposite of God. So now they walking around in revenge for from their death. Okay, they walking around in avenge, revenge for their death, and so they want to incorporate that into their, see what I'm saying? They want to incorporate that into their children. And they want to pass that on to their children. Whatever it is they've been through death, they want to pass that on to their children. That's revenge. They are in a body of revenge. And so when you get that person that they put it on, that person that they put their revenge on, if you get the opposite person to build up in that person just operating through death comes in revenge and pass that on to their child. Now their child is in that, and then their child goes through so much, and they get stirred up out of the spirit of themselves, and now they really focus on the flesh. Focus up. Now they know they naked. Okay, now they know they naked. Boom, 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 boom. Now they know they naked. Okay, because they ate of that that fruit from their 3 to 4 generations. 3 to 4, they ate of that fruit from their 3 to 4, and now it came from whoever their father is, and their father supposed to be the instruct. So their father came to the child, or their mother is there to teach. And the mother came to that child. So now they bumping heads with each other. Mother against daughter, father against son. Remember that verse? Ah, we do. Yes. So that brings me to the part where according to the Bible, it says that daughters will be uh against mothers, okay? And sons will be against fathers. So that tells you that daughters will hate their mothers and sons will hate their fathers. This is a given. This is 3 to 4. That's that 3 to 4. That's that 3 to 4. Took it out on each and everybody's life. Your walking is your living, but your death is your revenge. So you either living or you are in death or revenge. And that's 3 generational curses right there. And all you doing is bumping head with mother to daughter every single day. Are you bumping head with father to son every single day? They bumping heads until the son gives in. Then once the son gives in, he's still gonna be bumping heads with his father, regardless of good or evil. Okay, because the father in return is sparing the rod, spoiling the child. He ain't giving nothing to the child. Only thing he doing is bumping heads with his child. And the son and the mother too, she bumping heads with her child. She bumping heads. She just bumping heads with her child, causing her child to grow in her grownness and never truly grow in growth of her true self, her spiritual self. So they will forever just hate each other because they're going off the revenge. The revenge is in effect. Like, that's incest. That's already incest. When you sitting up there, you 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 know, you don't know or you do know, and your mom is in revenge. She just saying all these words, she's just giving it out, and she doing things she knows she ain't supposed to do, and she allowing stuff to happen in that time, and you just giving her. She basically in revenge because something bit her. You know what I'm saying? And made her 3 to 4 chords, okay, not chord, 3 to 4 generations, okay, against the 3 to 4 chord, 3 to 4 generations. 3 to 4 generations is stuff that's not even there, been long gone, but yet they still carrying it out. That's 3 to 4 generations. The 3 to 4 chord is there. You see it, it's there, it's done, it's complete. And that's about to break some barriers up here. But a lot of people walks in the 3 to 4 generation. Like history gotta be in the making. History in the making. Because everything makes up something. Everything. You making something. You got to make it plain. You got to make the vision plain. And a lot of us are making the vision plain in the wrong direction. So you making something. You making something. Something is being made up into a false self or the truth. which is a lie or the truth. Understand? And then they passing it on to their child. And then the child and them are bumping heads. But that's not to say that that person will forever be in that. Some people can change and a child still be stuck in all of that and giving and bumping heads with their mom, and their mom just don't know what to do with their child. And it's not to do um with the mother and her still being stuck in the past, PAST. That has nothing to do with that. That's still, she's still stuck in the 3 to 4 generational. She don't got 3 to 4 cord of God. She don't got that. She got the 3 to 4 generational. She working with that whispers. She working with that whispers, not wisdom. They call that wisdom, but that's not wisdom. Man wisdom, that's whispers. That's all they shooting out is whispers. Okay, they targeting you with whispers, like a shotgun. That's they shotgun, putting the dust in your eyes, making specks in your eyes. But God said, who are you? You know, to look at the speck in your brother's eye, and not to look at that beam in yours. You understand? Who are you? Who are you? So yes, it becomes incest when you got a person in the 3 to 4 generational coming with their revenge, because that's basically what they're carrying out on them, is the death of the revenge of someone's death. You know, in the karate movie, they always avenge someone's death. Yeah, that's basically what that person who's walking in dead, they avenging someone's death. That somebody is not even here. That somebody is not even here, but they're avenging their death. And they carrying it out for 3 to 4 generations. That's that history in the making, baby. That's that history in the making that they doing. Taking it out on your life. And thinking it's okay to pass that down from the stuff that they fathers did and the mama allowed to happen, and then they mama still in that amount of revenge because she ain't forgave. Now you in walking in for unforgiveness yourself, and that's death. Walking in unforgiveness is death, not life. Your mom walking in all that unforgiveness, she passing that witchcraft spirit onto you. And so now you walking in all that undead witchcraft spirit, and you working up smoke. So that's what makes it witchcraft, because that smoke, that death, that shadow that you walking in, that you have no right to be before nobody in God, which keep burning every single day. You burn, burn, burn every single day, and not even supposed to be there. You're burning up. And then you pass that on to your child. Now you passing that on to your child. What you done picked up from your mama and her witchcraft spirit, putting up with all that smoke, and now you walking in all that smoke, and it forms a shadow, and now that shadow kind of come and put it all off on your child. That's incest. That's spiritual incest right there, before it even take place out on the flesh of what we see with the 2 eyes. That's incest. That is incest. Revenging someone's death. You sitting up here taking out revenge of somebody's death. Then you see that, and it still happens. Like, people still try to avenge someone's death, and they go the next generation and go and try to fight for the revenge of others who not even here anymore. You supposed to be living now, not dying. You going back down. You going back down. You know what's down there? Hell. Hell. So you going back down to your past, hell, and you staying stuck there in every moment of your life. That's what you telling me. That you just gonna live in that amount of death. And that's what you're gonna avenge people death that's not even here. So you telling me you ain't living? You ain't alive? Come on now. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Don't show our children stuff like that. It's time for incest to be gone. You can't keep avenging revenge out on other people 3 to 4 generations just because of somebody's death. You don't know, but death causes a lot of reactions to actions. The false self. It does. It does. And we don't know how far this thing can go. We just don't know how far this thing can go. It can go far. And it's time to stop it with your life. Time for you to live. Time for you to start living. You can't take what you lost and the curses. Do you know the curses have coins? Curses have coins. And the 3-4 chord has coins. The 3 generationals have coins, and the 3-4 chord have coins. Do you know that those coins build up over time, becomes your treasure? And the treasure of that build up is built up over your heart. Okay? Hey, known as the treasures of your heart. These are the treasures of your heart. Yes, those coins build up over you over time, or is known as your treasures. What do treasures look like? Little coins look like? What do little coins look like? Don't they look like little cells? Because they are. They are the cells, the treasures. Those treasures are in the cells. Your cells makes up your body, your complete body, as what I learned in school. Your body and your organs. Known your cells make up your body and your organs, and it makes who you are. Those are little coins building up. Those are your treasures. And also, those are the treasures to your heart, which means your heart, which walks, this whole being, this body, suit is your heart. And them coins of the treasures of your heart will lead you, or you will lead it. The 3-4 chord, the 3-4 chord will cause you to build up treasure, because every cell is worth a spiritual treasure. Do you understand me? Every cell is part of you, even from the hairs on your head. You understand? Even from the hairs on your head. You understand? God said, build up, forming you every single day. Those are treasures. That's the treasure to your heart. Your heart is your whole being, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. That's why you are to cast things down and draw things out in an instant. That's why you are to cast things down and draw things out in an instant. You got to. It is a spiritual, not a human, but a spiritual warfare. I don't hear it saying in the Bible that this is a human experience. It said this is a spiritual warfare. Did you not hear it say that? I heard it say. Did you hear it? Yeah, girl, I heard it say that. Yes, I did hear it say that. It said they didn't say nothing about this being a human experience. It said this is a spiritual warfare. Where y'all get your human stuff for? Y'all conflicting with the Bible. Like you got me all out of whack, willy nilly, and if we bring it back to the present, not bring it back to the past, but we bring it back to the present, I'll understand what's really being said. Okay, so do know that the generational curses carry coins, and the 3/4 cord carry coins. So pray. This is not a human experience. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual warfare. People calling my phone. I don't even know how they got my phone number. I ain't gave nobody my phone number. So since I called my phone from my wireless phone, no, I'm telling you, because it's need to be told, because people need to know that these people are not just they not just calling a phone. My wireless phone. This is how spiritual stuff just happens. Like out on the physical. Okay, this is the physical. The physical is the spiritual experience once you get in line right and not too focused on your body. That builds pride, and then you walking in opposing like you in the physical, but this bodysuit, that's your spiritual self, because God breathed breath into that. But overall, what I'm saying is that people keep on calling my phone, and the reason why they're calling my phone is simply because soon as I called my phone from my wireless phone, that same day somebody called my phone. Ever since then, people have been calling my home phone. Before that, I wasn't even getting no phone calls. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? That you didn't tap into my phone like that. I don't know how that is, but they done tapped into my phone through my wireless phone, my cellular phone. That's how they tapped in there. And now all they do is call. You gotta be kidding me. So how long y'all gonna do this? That's what I'm wondering. Like, how long are y'all gonna do that? Because I do know that you're doing that. I do. So I'm done with that. But yes, incest is nothing but a person that's out on revenge. They're trying to avenge their death. Okay, they're trying to avenge their death. They already dead, and they're trying to avenge their death through your life. That's incest. And they want to take out you. They want to take you out. No matter if they bumping heads with you or not. They consistently just want to bump heads with you. Whether it's your child with your mom or your mom with your child, they consistently want to bump heads with you. It don't matter if y'all having a good day. They start off trying to be friendly with you. They be like, hey, and then next moment they didn't just switched it up. Like they just switched it up all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to get you in a good mood and then just to target your heart in an instant. So be on the lookout for someone avenging their death. Okay, that's incest. That's the true incest. someone avenging their death because they are dead to life and they're walking in that death every single day. And the only way they can truly avenge their death, which is incest, the only way that they can avenge their death is by going, open up the Bible, reading all the spirit, and then they get everything they need to become one with what they was meant to be at home. They was meant to come home. They was meant to come home. Come home, spirit. Come home to spirit. Okay? In which you came. You was chosen. You was chosen. Come home. Open up that spiritual Bible. Get those spiritual words in you. Feed on it. That's the only way that you can stop incest. It's not to take revenge out on your death in somebody else's life. That's incest. Stop the incest, the spiritual incest. It's the root cause. This is the root cause. Incest root cause is to take revenge out on their death. 3 to 4 generations. 3 to 4. And some of the people ain't even there no more. They gone. But they taking revenge out on somebody's death, even their own. Because they ain't living life. That's incest. And they need to open that book to get spirit to spirit. Man becoming one. Then once they get that in, ooh, that's like breath again. Going back down in that tunnel and where you came from. Back to birth. Beginning all over again. All over again with no shadow. Nothing. And now, boom. You're ready for living. You are ready to live and not die. You shall live and not die. That's what the Father said. You shall live and not die. Taking revenge out of somebody's life and taking revenge out on your death. It's not living. That's not living, babe. That is not living. That's death. Death in the making. And you passing that on to your next generation is incest. That's incest. You sparing the rod, spoiling the child like that. That's incest. You need to give to them spirit to spirit. Open that Bible, read them spiritual words, get that spiritual stuff in. It don't matter. It don't matter if you don't believe in God enough. How long will you mourn? How long will you mourn? How long? Over your death. Because that's what you're mourning from. You're mourning from the grave, the Spirit just told me. You're mourning from the grave. How long will you mourn, child of God? You're supposed to have joy in the morning. How long will you mourn? Opposite of mourn is joy. How long will you mourn when you're supposed to have joy in the morning? That's incest. Incest is incest is the agenda out on everybody's life. Something that wasn't continued, so that person wants to finish it. The agenda that people, the government, everybody have out on someone's life is the 3 to 4 generational. Stop forgetting it. Remember that. It's avenge. They trying to avenge someone's death by taking revenge out on your life. That's the agenda. And those and that agenda of that revenge that they taking out on your life of somebody's death, they want to carry it on is carry coins. It carry coins. And those coins are delivered into your hand. They placed into your hand. And those coins will have blood out on your hand, because coins get dirty, right? The true coins, they get dirty. And a lot of people don't want to touch them. They be like, hey, at the cashier, they tell them, hey, you can't touch the coins and touch the food, okay? Don't touch the coins and touch the food because somebody else's hands been on it. Or coins could be simply just dirty. Coins is dirty. But if you wipe it off with some of that spirit of God, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Carry coins every single day. Those coins are the cells of our body. Pray into them. Those are the treasures of your heart. Pray into them. Pray over yourself. You are a whole organism. Pray over yourself. This is not a human experience. This is a spiritual warfare. Get it right. Stop knowing it all and get into the unknown. Stop with the know it all mentality because people don't know you. You don't know me. Hey, you don't know me. I don't know you. Stop with the know it all because people who know people, that's incest too. That's incest. Incest is through the avenue of people interacting with the wrong people. You don't know if they dead or alive. Now you interacting with them. Now you taking on all those spirits. That's incest. Those spirits is combining over your treasures. They're leading your heart. That's incest. Spiritual incest. And now you got to fight going in, not on the out. You got to fight going in, not on the out. You got to fight going in order to maintain the strength and the boldness and the courage of your whole organism. Your whole organism counts. Okay? Your whole organism counts. And I pray that in Jesus' name. Amen. Now I wanted to make this pointer out on incest. And being that I was saying that your whole organism counts, okay? I was in, this was a long time ago. I was in the hotel and I was just getting started off with, I was just getting started off into this walk, right? So I was still dealing with a little anger and stuff like that at the time. I was really still dealing with anger. And I was not knowing that I was built so far in my pride, but I was always still praying, and I was still seeing visions. I was still having dreams. I was still hearing the uh, the audibles. Okay, the audible voice. I was still seeing audible. I was still hearing audibles, and sometimes those audibles can be from evil, wicked whispers, and then sometimes it can be from God, and you'll know because you'll discern the difference. Okay, you'll be able to discern the difference off of what I just said to you through this whole entire thing. You'll be able to discern the difference. Okay, between whispers and God's voice. You'll know because of go back into the video, and that will tell you how you will know. And again, you will know. I was in the hotel, and as I was back in the hotel, I was praying that day. I was praying. It was no that night. It was at nighttime, and my daughter was in one hotel bed, and then I was in another bed, and then my son was in the bed, and we were all separated. And I remember I was in this bed, and I was on these sheets and everything. Now sheets carry cells, okay? Um, so I was basically just stirring up for goodness everything in that bed, all the cells in that bed. And okay, I was bringing treasures of God into that bed with me. So I wound up praying all day, all night. I prayed and I used to just pray for hours upon hours upon hours. I just used to pray and pray for hours. And so next thing I know, I got possessed. Okay, I got possessed. Now, this is the spooky because it happens, okay? It happens. But at the same time, I wasn't fearful of it, but it happened. Um, I was possessed, but I didn't know I was possessed. I just thought that I was up walking, but I realized that I didn't have control of my neck. My neck was just dangling. I'm like, why is my neck having trouble staying up, right? So I'm not knowing that I'm possessed, and my neck, I'm not even able to hold up. It's going all the way back, like it's double jointed or something. Okay, like it's like it's got total flexibility. You know, like it's flexible. It's just all the way back. Okay, and I'm like, what is? And I'm looking at myself in the body or whatever. I'm looking at myself, my body, and I'm like, what is going on? But then I realized something. I'm in a bubble in my belly. Like I'm in a bubble in my belly, and I'm in fetus position. And I'm noticing that it's dark, real deep dark over me. It's like I'm in the depths of darkness, like the darkness of the body, of my own body. I was in the darkness, in the deep of my flesh. My spirit self was in the deep of my flesh, and it was stuck down in there. Okay. And I'm in the belly, in the womb, and I'm in fetus position and can't move. Like I'm back into being like I was when I was a baby. Yes, like I was when I was a baby. That's how I was looking. I was in fetus position, like I was a baby again. So I'm noticing the darkness between me and my spirit that's in now, and it's not without. And this thing that was possessing me, this thing that's possessing me, it's not up, it's not holding my head up. It's trying, but it's not doing it. All I know is it got me up out of my bed, moving me. My daughter was looking at me, and I seen myself in the fetal position in the womb of my belly. I seen my daughter looking at me, but I'm not knowing that I was possessed. And I'm like, why is she not doing nothing? Why is she just sitting there over there like not doing nothing? Because I didn't know I was possessed, but I was trying to talk, but I couldn't talk because this demon had possessed me. Didn't know. And I'm trying to talk. I couldn't talk. Mum was all on me. Mm, mm. I was mum. Mm. But I was talking in the womb of my belly. I was talking. But the flesh was possessed by a demonic spirit, and I seen the darkness of the hollowness within me, deep. And I seen my daughter looking at me, and she didn't say nothing. I'm like, why is she not saying nothing? I'm talking, but my flesh was possessed by a demonic spirit, and it wasn't talking. It went to answer the door, and I didn't ask it to answer the door. It went to answer the hotel door. So it got me up walking. I walked to the door. Then next thing I know, I seen myself open the door. But yet I'm still in the fetal position in my belly trying to say, hello, help, help me, hello. I'm still hollering help in there. And my body is deep. It's all this darkness all around. It's all so much darkness around my spirit. My spirit self was just crumbled in a ball in my belly. Like it was crumbled in there. And I was just choked out basically, okay? I was choked out basically. And this thing that was possessing my body opened up the door and still couldn't keep its head up. It tried to make it seem like it was real, but it could not keep its head up, so it went down. While answering the door. I'm like, oh my God, this is truly not happening, you know? And and I don't remember what the lady said. The lady said, did you want some towels? Now the spirit me inside said no, but the demon said yes. The demon said no. The spirit inside of me said yes, but the demon said no. So I didn't get my towels that day. And I so wanted my towel. Like I wanted that person to come to the door so I could get my towel. So yes, I said yes, but the demon on my flesh said no. So I never got my towel. I didn't get my towels because this spiritual demon said no, and the woman was looking kind of weird at me, like, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no, hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? And this possessed demon over me talking about, yes, like that. Like who answers like that? Nobody. I'm thinking that this woman would know that I'm straight possessed by a demon. Like you ain't saying. It's like, yes. You ain't noticed. Like I'm noticing that from the spirit that went in and crumbled into a fetus position. I'm noticing this, everything I'm seeing. And then the one thing that I was told to do was okay, so let me not skip a part. Once the demon closed the door, it told me, it said, now leave. That's what it told me. Now leave. You don't belong in this room. Leave now. That's what the demon said to me as I was in my body. Really. And so I got to shout while I was in the womb in the fetal position. I said, Jesus, 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 like I learned a long time ago to say. And it broke me free from that spirit because I had already been praying. I had already been reading the Bible, about 3 or 4 of them suckers, 10 at the most a day. And so I had already been in the mode of everything. So me speaking the name Jesus only broke me free from it. And then when I got free, I said, you cannot tell me when to leave this hotel room. I got to praying and praying. That demon never came back near me again. So I was good. And I stayed in that hotel 3 more days. Yes. No. No, 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 spirit. No. You don't have no control over me this time. Last time you did, and I had to leave my house because I didn't know how to fight going in. I was trying to fight you going out. But this time I knew how to fight you going in this time. And you wasn't about to make me leave my hotel. I was in there 3 more days. And that spirit who was trying to get me up out that hotel room told it to me directly. I stayed there 3 more days. And he didn't bother me. That whatever that spirit was that was possessing me didn't bother me no more. No more. That was the end of that. I conquered that going in. Get under my feet, flesh. Get under my feet. But this is a spiritual warfare, not a flesh experience. This is a spiritual experience. So get under my feet, flesh. In Jesus' name. So that was my pointer. Okay, that was my pointer about the hotel room. Okay. So this is your host, Shantae Washington. And you are at my page, on my channel, The Power of God. And we getting into this freedom of the night. And I'm bringing you some good breaking news. We getting into this freedom from the night, tales of the supernatural. Stay tuned for more. And we are up out of here. See ya. Peace.